All right, we're going to talk a little bit today about the MIC or MIC-U connector and how it applies to civil applications, particularly a goalpost, and then what some of the benefits are of this type of connector and how it's going to benefit the customer and how to properly demonstrate that innovation to the customer. So in terms of assembly, you're just going to pop in your tooth plate, pop it through a hole in the back, put your spring plate on, put your self-locking nut on. So now if you imagine this being a goalpost, having two vertical legs with a horizontal, first thing in the adjustability that the customer is going to realize with this is vertical. Now where that comes into play, and that's by pushing in on the bolt, letting it flex. Where that's going to come into play with the customer is if their ground isn't level, or if the piers where the concrete, the bases are going to be attached to aren't level. This is going to allow them to just tweak the horizontal member and get it right where they need it, and even bring it right up to the bottom of the pipe. The second benefit of this connector are the slots. These slots are going to allow the girder to telescope. So this is going to come in handy when now the base on the ground, say for example the customer is going to anchor it down and they hit a piece of rebar or something, they have to move the base. Just being able to move the foot that much, an inch or so, and allows them to avoid the rebar, and all they got to do is loosen up the bolt, slide it out, tighten it back up again. So that's a good selling point for this type of a connector, and the benefits of MI in general for a customer is that it's very forgiving and allows them to make movements on the ground and move the anchor based on what they hit. This particular connector requires two bolts, one coming through the top, one coming through the side. They're going to get about 2 inches of play on each side. This is particularly important if they're going to be working in, say, a yard, and the bases are going to be going on concrete piers. And if the piers aren't poured properly, they would either have to cut and re-weld it out in the field, whereas this, they're just able to telescope it out and move their base to accommodate the pier.